those are live images that we're getting to you on our screens from Hyderabad. Remember, Home Minister Amit Shah has landed in Hyderabad just a short while ago. He joins the long list of BJP top brass who've been campaigning in the civic body elections in Hyderabad. It's a keenly contested local election with the BJP deploying central ministers, chief ministers to campaign in a local election. It's a high-stakes battle for the city of Hyderabad. The Union Home Minister Amit Shah started his tour from the Bhagyanagar temple right next to the iconic Charminar. A clear message there being sent out by the Home Minister. JP Nadda, the BJP president, has called this the beginning of the end for the TRS. The state BJP chief said that victory rally after winning from the Bhagyanagar temple. Amit Shah will be holding a roadshow in Ahmedabad in Hyderabad, I beg your pardon. And in fact, those are live pictures from the roadshow. The voting, remember, is for 150 municipal wards in Hyderabad. And this voting is actually only going to be taking place on the 1st of December. Uma Sudhir, who's been tracking the details of this story, now joins us. Uma, it's a high-stakes battle. And who would have guessed that road show that we're seeing on our screens right now, with hundreds of people who've lined the streets to welcome the Home Minister, is actually all for a civic body election?
Absolutely. The stakes have been made phenomenally high by the BJP taking this election very, very seriously. They, in fact, have said that they're not looking at this as a municipal election at all. And they are not saying that this is just a local body poll. They are saying this is a stepping stone for us to stop. Next in the south is Telangana after Karnataka. That's what senior leaders have been telling us. And that's the reason why for a local body election, we saw all those central ministers from Prakash Javadekar to Smriti Irani today a huge rally of Yogi Adityanath here in the city. And today Amit Shah coming straight to the Bhagyanagar temple, as you were mentioning, at the Charminar. And the symbolism of this temple, which is standing by the 429-year-old monument, not lost on anyone, because that in many senses has become the template of the very narrative, the dominant narrative of the BJP's own campaign here, because they have been attacking the TRS and the MIM, saying that this is an unholy alliance. We saw Tejasvi Surya, BJP MP, calling Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi as a new avatar of Mohammed Ali Jinnah. And the state BJP president, in fact, said that his victory yatra would start from this Bhagyanagar temple after the municipal election results, which of course he's hoping that they would get a sizable number of seats, much, much higher than the 4 that they had scored in the 2016 municipal elections. So the Home Minister on a roadshow, going to be on a roadshow in a short while from now. He's just left the Bhagyanagar temple, and he's certainly pitching this high with the kind of planning that they've had, bringing in all those central ministers and attacking the TRS and the MIM on multiple fronts, saying that this is a family and a friends party.
Uma, for a moment, let's just look at those crowds. I mean, here, we're seeing similar crowds in the borders between Haryana and Delhi, where farmers are, not being allowed to hold a protest because of COVID-19 restrictions. They were denied several permissions to enter the national capital or go to Jantar Mantar or the Ramlila grounds. All of this on the pretext of COVID-19 restrictions. But look at this rally that we're seeing. Hundreds of people have gathered, lining the streets of Hyderabad to welcome the Home Minister as a part of his election campaign. We saw similar scenes yesterday for Yogi Adityanath, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, while he held his campaign rally as well. And this is, of course, all, a blatant violation of COVID-19 restrictions.
Absolutely. That is something that is taken and given, I must say, because all these political rallies and the numbers of people who may be supporters, and also, of course, huge numbers of people who are mobilized. That's the reality of Indian elections, that every political party mobilizes people so that when the cameras are there, it's a big moment to capture, where you're saying that you have a huge number of supporters. Of course, the BJP is working on the party structure itself here, and it's a very enthused BJP which is now mobilizing crowds, because they are seeing in front of them a possibility of even being able to get to the Telangana seat of power, to the Chief Minister's chair, and that's the reason why they are giving it that big push with all the cadre and leaders in the state assembled there and bringing in their people, their supporters, and also mobilizing crowds for the Home Minister. I asked the Municipal Administration Minister of Telangana, Mr. K.T. Ramarao, about how this is the peak of COVID season and he has chosen to do the elections. They have in fact advanced the elections by a couple of months. They have time till February 2021, and yet they advanced the elections, perhaps hoping to stun and take the opposition by surprise. But his answer was that if Bihar could have elections and if the Prime Minister could have those huge rallies and meetings, and the Home Minister can have, why not Telangana local body election? We are not the ones who are hyping it. They are hyping it. They are welcome to come here, but they do believe they are certainly stunned by the kind of big scale and intensity with which BJP is now attacking the TRS and MIM just for a local body poll. But yes, what you point out, the fact that COVID is very much here. We are talking about a second and a third wave elsewhere. Telangana, of course, is actually just above Bihar in terms of the number of tests, and
Yes.
it's got a very, very poor report card as far as RT-PCR tests goes. It's only about 17% RT-PCR tests out of
Yes.
the total. And
Well, it's
the
a
figures
worrying
put out-
story. It's an extremely worrying story, Uma. And while, of course, every member of every political party is welcome to campaign wherever they like, the BJP has clearly drawn the battle lines for this Hyderabad civic body elections.